Hey, what's up guys, Snow here, and I'm back again with another guide for Selena Pianissimo. She's the new physical attacker, or the main DPS for the physical team. So you would need to get her if you want to maximize your damage with this physical team. But without further ado, let's just get into how she works. So the way she works is that she has 3 nodes underneath her meter, and to fill that up you can either do 5 basic attacks if you want to get 1 node. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 basic attacks, and that will give you 1 node indicated at the top. And also another option is you can just use 3 orb pings. So if you tap 2, 3 orb pings, it's just going to fill up, it's just going to give you the other 2 nodes that you need. So that is how you're going to be filling up her nodes, and you're going to need that for the second rotation. So right after that, you hold basic and then tap your blue orb, which is going to be highlighted by the time you're done with this. So hold basic, you see the souls around you, and then you tap the blue orb. And right after this, you can just enter your second form, which will be indicated with the white hair. Tap all the orbs to summon the instruments. Now right after this, hold dodge for her to levitate, and then after this you can wait a little bit for her to enter this state, and then you can press your alt. However, this version of the ultimate does less damage, so you wouldn't want to be doing it because you're just going to do less glaciation and physical damage, so you wouldn't need to be doing that. So what you're going to be needed to do is the other ultimate, which I'll show you in a second, but here's how you do the other ultimate. So once you're in this ultimate, press all the orbs, and then look at the meter bar as it's filling up. Wait for it. So as soon as it fills up, hold blue orb for this to activate, and then just tap your alt. So you can either hold the blue card, or you can just dodge. To do that ultimate, you just have to make sure that you have your meter bar filled, and then once it's done, you can either hold dodge, or you can just press the blue orb, and then you're pretty much, you pretty much get the second ultimate, and then you can press that. And so the ultimate that you want to be doing is the one where she turns into a flower, because that deals massive glaciation damage and physical damage, and that's what you want to do. So that's pretty much how she works. She's not that complicated. So I'm going to move on to her build and her team comp. When it comes to the main memory sets that you need 4 set piece Virana and 2 set piece Koti, and yes, Koti again. So yeah, and for the upper resonance and the lower resonance, you just have to go attack and crit. Well, you don't really need a crit if you have at least an echo, but just to have it there if you want. But really and truly, you can just pick any attack. Attack HP. I wouldn't recommend attack defense, but you can go with attack HP and attack crit damage. It doesn't really matter, but I would say get this just in case if you don't crit, you can just get the 15 crit from here. So yeah, it's just better that way. And also core passive for the lower resonance, because that's where she gets all her damage from. So she doesn't really have that high. Her damage doesn't come from the ultimate, it comes from the core passive, which then translates into the ultimate. So going for core passive is the best option for her. Now for the weapon, you can use the 5-star weapon, but obviously like every other character, you're limited to only 1 rotation or 2, and after, which is a bit scuffed. It's not as quick as the 6-star weapon, because you're going to you're going to run out of orbs, and if you can't harmonize the weapon, or like if you don't have deadline timing, you won't be able to get the additional 3 orbs that you need to do like the extra rotation to maximize your damage. So yeah, it's really important to grab the 6-star weapon for her. So yeah, that's that for the weapons. And for harmonization, just harmonize 2 set piece Koi. But if you're using the glaciation build, just swap it to Nova. I don't think Nova is added. Yeah, there he is. Switch to Nova. So you can do that as well. That is if you're running the glaciation team. So I will show you the difference when we go back into team comp. But this is pretty much the whole build for her. And for her recommendation, triple S is double S is fine, but I would recommend you try to get at least what's it called, double S3, because you get quicker ultimate and then you get more damage on your what's it called, your QTE and your ultimate as well. So I would recommend that if you can, but double S is also like a good stopping point. Doesn't really change anything as long as you have the weapon to compensate. Now moving on to the team comp. So this will be her main team. Elisa Echo is going to be the starter, and as for the tank is going to be Han Ying, and then your main leader is going to be Pianissimo for the glaciation and the attack damage buff basically. So this will be your recommended team that you need to have for the team, for the physical team. Now if you don't have Han Ying, you can use Rosetta, but you would have to have a on like triple S or something. So I would recommend, you know, not getting Han Ying. If you can't get Han Ying, please do, because then Rosetta is still good, but you would need her like triple S plus for her to be like really good, plus her weapon, and it's just too much investment. Whereas you can just get like one copy of Han Ying plus her weapon and then you're pretty much good. So I wouldn't recommend this, but this is like your budget team if you don't have Han Ying. Elisa Echo, she's obtainable through the dome. If you do the dome, you can get her. I would still say get Wanshi first before you go for Elisa Echo, but if you're close to finishing up this team, I would say go for Elisa Echo. But all in all, this is pretty much the budget team. Now when it comes to the glaciation team, this will be your glaciation team. So Wanshi, Elisa, and you have Selena Pianissimo. So when I was saying the weapon, you need to change the harmonization. So if you're doing glaciation, you would have to change this to Nova for the glaciation damage, so you get more glaciation damage basically. And Wanshi can just trigger it normally, so you're just going to be running his normal set, which is going to be 4 piece Chenjuan and Listen, which is fine. You just have to leave that as that. But for Elisa Echo, you're going to have to switch her memory to 4 set piece Guinevere and 2 set piece Da Vinci. And if you have the weapon, just harmonize the... Yeah, so this will pretty much be the build if you're doing a glaciation build. You just run this 4 set piece. Oh, this is the wrong one I have, but it will be 4 set piece Gwyn and 2 set piece Da Vinci. So that is pretty much the gist of how Selena works. So I think the lovely lady would like to say something to us before we go, but other than that, if you guys found this helpful, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, you guys let me know how your pulls went down in the comments, and if you need any other thing, I will do a separate video for like her rotations, but I don't want to overwhelm you guys with like, you know, too much information. That's why I just made it as simple as I can. So I will make a video on the rotations, but let me just know what you guys think.
お休みですか？あ、夢の中でも私の名を